Imagine Jesus going around preaching his own biography. That's stupid, right? They are historical narrative, not the actual gospel that Jesus received and proclaimed. Although you can still find Jesus saying and teachings in these gospels, but that doesn't make it the gospel of Jesus. That's like me as a Muslim writing a biography of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, decades after his death, right? And then I include some verses from the Quran, and then I call this book the Quran, right? It makes no sense. No one in his right mind would accept such a thing. So why does Christians accept that the gospel of Jesus is the same biography that Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John wrote decades after the time of Jesus? This blows my mind. This alone, using nothing but logic and the correct definition of the word gospel, is enough to refute the common Christian claim that the Quran confirms the Bible. It does not confirm the Bible. Rather, the Quran affirms that God gave Jesus the good news to preach. And this aligns perfectly with Luke 4:43 again, where Jesus clearly stated that he was sent for the purpose of preaching the good news that was given to him by God. That was his mission. Now here's the real question you should be asking yourself. What exactly was the good news that Jesus preached? Here's a surprise. For me as a Muslim, the gospel is Muhammad, peace be upon him, the last messenger. He's literally the gospel. He's literally the good news that Jesus was preaching. And I'm not saying this because I'm crazy or anything. This is exactly what the Quran tells me who Jesus was and what he was preaching. If you go to the Quran, chapter 61, verse 6, Jesus is speaking. He says, "And I'm giving you the good news of a messenger after me whose name will be Ahmed, aka Muhammad." So the gospel here, the good news, is literally the last prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him. Jesus was preaching about the coming of the last prophet, peace be upon him. So I know this is going to be hard for the Christians, to understand. It's going to be triggering a lot of Christians, but it is what it is. The gospel is Muhammad.